注意看，武僧义龙在国际擂台上演金钟罩铁布衫，老外连续狂轰8拳，义龙竟毫发无损。再说了，义龙也没有头发。就在比赛开始前1个月，还是在这个擂台上，武僧义龙竟被美国大兵一拳放倒，瞬间躺尸擂台，动弹不得。这次失利让老外对义龙的铁头功产生了怀疑，甚至还质疑中国功夫就只能用于小孩和老人锻炼身体。
那比赛输了以后，回国以后，所有的网络质疑、谩骂声太多，你当年被割了套 Q 了，你到国外丢人了。
于是义龙决定卷土重来，所以就出现了视频开头的那一幕，老外的拳头都快打骨折了，义龙依然能保持在擂台上屹立不倒。中国功夫的面子算是在国外保住了。刚才那位暴打义龙的老外不是别人，正是1个月前 KO 义龙的美国大兵同父异母的弟弟。这个家伙可不简单，在国际擂台已经豪取59战49胜30次 KO 的战绩，而且还手握2条次重量级金腰带。在此之前，布莱德从未听说过中国功夫，于是便认为中国功夫就只能锻炼身体，其他别无用处。可别忘了，武僧义龙可是高僧释永信的爱徒，自身拥有少林金刚腿和失传已久的金钟罩铁布衫。话就不多说了，来让我们欣赏一下义龙是如何在国际擂台为中国功夫证明的。武僧义龙还是一如既往的小黄裤，一上来就开始实施金刚腿。然而这个布莱德可是著名的拳击冠军，打出的反击动作也是非常的刚强有力。不过这些进攻招式对于义龙来说，就像是空气一样打在义龙身上。义龙放倒布莱德还不过瘾，还从布莱德的身上跨了过去。这一幕让台下的中国观众彻底沸腾。
Strength and power in there. Riddell looking to his feet, giving away a little bit of height. And the thing about Yu Long is that he has a slight height advantage, but the way that the upright stance that he had makes it look as if he's even taller. Carries himself very well. Even when you see him walking, you can see that there's something a little bit different, a little bit special. So the long leg is in the switch to the southpaw. Good timing from that attack.
熟通自由搏击的布莱德组合拳打得还算可以，然而义龙则是把重心放在了腿上，毕竟少林金刚腿的威力可不是闹着玩的。总体来说，义龙打出一腿，布莱德就会实施一套组合拳，不过这些组合拳根本就撼动不了义龙。对于义龙来说，这些进攻就像是挠痒痒一样。
Real tough customer, new to the North Island, of course. Many think very unlucky not to have got to the final of the opening. Taking a chance, I think, by having the hands down, Yu Long. Likes to play for the crowd, obviously. We've seen what Riddell can do with a clean punch. So, my advice.
连续的拳法虚晃加上腿法进攻，打得布莱德毫无招架之力，甚至连最基本的反击能力都没有。总体来说，布莱德很难寻找到有力进攻的机会，即便找到了进攻机会，所实施的进攻义龙也没有放在眼里，甚至站着不动让布莱德输出。
And some free shots. Well, he is the consummate showman, is Yu Long, and that was a nice right hand from Riddell. It doesn't slow Yu Long down too much. And the money with that switching style of his. Definitely the crowd's favourite when he come in. All the Chinese fighting. Well, good work from Riddell. No nonsense. Hasn't been caught up in the hype of anything. And says this is how we do it in Kiwiland. Nice little uppercut over the top there. And Yu Long might have to get a little bit more serious than what he's been as Riddell goes on attack. And a good one.
比赛结束了，武僧义龙貌似是在戏耍布莱德。知道被戏耍的布莱德也没有任何办法，打不着义龙的同时还打不动，站着不动让布莱德打，布莱德都 KO 不了义龙。这场比赛还有必要继续进行下去吗？
We'll have to wait till round number 2 to find out. Riddell certainly got the good punches in at the right time at the end of the round. Back to their feet for round number 2. the water wiped up a little bit.
Round 2.
Will we see Yi Long give any free shot?
第二回合开始了，虽然布莱德无法攻破翼龙的防守，但布莱德依然选择与翼龙对拼到底。翼龙的金刚腿衔接爆裂拳，打得布莱德一愣一愣的。不过这个布莱德的信念非常强大，在不占优势的情况下，布莱德时时刻刻都在紧盯翼龙的一举一动，还会时不时对翼龙发起一系列主动进攻。
Seen what he did to Brendan Darty and slipped that nicely, did Yi Long. Nice straight left hand from, and that was even better, the follow-up with the right hand. And he catches another one, but really good work on the leg of Riddell. And that could be, especially after Brad Riddell fighting in an 8-man just 2 weeks ago, could have some punishment.
翼龙算是已经掌握了大比分优势，不仅可以灵活躲过布莱德所实施的拳脚进攻，而且还能在躲闪的同时对布莱德发起一系列反击。反观布莱德并没有因此而气馁，而是继续拿着拳头逼近翼龙内围做动作。不过布莱德所实施的任何进攻，对翼龙来说都像是在挠痒痒。即便如此，布莱德依然在拿着犀利的拳脚进攻来与翼龙进行对抗。看来还是翼龙打得太轻了。
Friend the monk. But I tell you what, you know, oh well, he says, yeah, remember the Hunt Cepho fight? Have the best shot. Not too many people can do that to Riddell. He didn't give the free shots then, but Riddell took them anyway, ending with the good left hand. I think they've left.
布莱德的拳头虽然撼动不了翼龙，但布莱德能在其中获取大量点数优势。有效进攻并不是击倒或者读秒才可以获取，只要拳脚进攻命中翼龙的身体都算是有效进攻。总体来说，翼龙虽然很抗揍，但点数优势一直在布莱德手中紧紧握着。时间正在1分1秒过去，翼龙必须加强进攻，尽量 KO 掉布莱德。
Good work also by Xander Adepong. Both corners quite slippery now with all the water that's being spilled over the night. Good work, he's off balance. He pops another one too, and Riddell isn't finished yet. And did he have some effect there? So 2 rounds he's ended very, very strongly, Brad Riddell. There isn't too much in this one as we go to towels after 2. The mouth guard is back in and Riddell keen to get out there. Touch up of gloves.
第3回合开始了，武僧翼龙再次开始频繁实施少林金刚腿，多次的出腿也是激发了布莱德内心的潜能。拿着拳头就开始往翼龙脑袋上砸，不过这些进攻翼龙根本就瞧不上，即便是打在翼龙的脑袋上，翼龙也就只能感觉到略微疼痛，并不能直接影响到武僧翼龙的思维。
Comes forward again, forces Riddell back towards the corner. Nice footwork from Riddell. Needs to get in that 50-50 zone. That's where he'll back himself. That's where I'd back him too. Good work.
布莱德开始对武僧翼龙发起最后的反攻，然而翼龙也在顺着布莱德的进攻与其进行对抗。不过布莱德貌似没有占到什么优势，毕竟翼龙拥有金钟罩铁布衫的加持，布莱德在换拳中还是比较吃力的。翼龙从始至终都没有感觉到疲惫，甚至还越打越有劲，越打体能越多。
Roaring themselves hoarse here. Riddell would have loved to let one go to the head there with the knee. right underneath that floating rib. It just shows you the strength. And I tell you what, Riddell's done a great job of disguising the pain. Those kicks, the low kicks from Yi Long have been absolutely fantastic. But Riddell just showing his toughness here, his versatility. Beautiful right hand. Can he follow it up? He doesn't, but the uppercut. Now can he follow that up? And still, Yi Long goes forward, spinning back first, a little bit close.
布莱德的体能下降迅速，导致布莱德所打出的拳头力量很低下。趁此机会，武僧义龙决定给老外们上演一个铁头功的表演。布莱德连续攻击义龙头部8拳，义龙竟然毫发无损。这一幕让在场的所有人惊叹不已。看来中国功夫是真实存在的，并不是网上流传的那样。看一击。
Not believe that when somebody told you that a man could take the best shots from Brad Riddell and still be standing. I don't know what it did on the scorecard. That was another fantastic right hand from Riddell that would have put most men away. Probably would have put a couple of horses away too, but it doesn't put Yi Long, the Shaolin monk, anywhere near lights out. And how many, I don't know how you can condition yourself, but Riddell, he's doing the fantastic.
比赛结束了，布莱德对义龙笑了笑，看来是被武僧义龙的妖术打服了，连最基本的防守都破防不了。布莱德还打个屁！体能消耗殆尽的布莱德趴在围绳边大喘粗气，看来是拼尽了全力。然而武僧义龙却没有一点事情，就跟没事人一样。
Oh, I don't know. No, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to preempt anything. I don't know how you can give that many free shots. And
Unanimous decision after 3 rounds of Muay Thai. Your winner.
最终武僧义龙输掉了比赛，有铁头功是没错，但义龙所获取的点数优势并不是很多。一直猛打猛冲的布莱德以微弱的点数获得了胜利。虽然输掉了比赛，但武僧义龙在国际擂台证明了中国功夫是真实存在的，并不是网上流传的那样。看一击，如果满分是100分的话，屏幕前的你会给虽败犹荣的武僧义龙打几分？视频到这结束了，感谢您的收看与支持，咱们下期不见不散。